Hi, we're looking at the daily forex report for April 18th. We're looking at the US Japanese yen pair first. This pair closed lower on Friday, did break previous support. It did gap down at the open. Look for the retracement during this next session. We are looking for this pair to potentially go as high as 93.66, possibly as low as 91.42. Look for some resistance around 92.55 and look for some support around 91.50. Okay, looking at the Euro USD pair, this particular pair closed lower, did fill the gap from the previous week. Closed lower, did gap down, however, about 40 pips. Look for it to retrace. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 136.42, possibly as low as 133.94. Look for some resistance around 135.20 and look for some support around 13400. Okay, now the pound US dollar pair closed lower on Friday, overall moving sideways, did gap down to previous resistance, which would now be potential support. Did gap down. Look for the retracement. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 155.81, possibly as low as 152.74. Look for some resistance around 153.90 and look for some support around 15200. Okay, now looking at the US Swiss, this pair closed higher on Friday, overall moved sideways pretty much for the whole week. Did gap up at the session, look for it to move lower. Possibly, if it does give a reversal, going as high as 10693, possibly as low as 10511. Look for some resistance around 10650 and look for some support around 10575. Now, as far as news announcements go, we do have the New Zealand Consumer Price Index for the first quarter being released. Year to date, it's showing that it has improved or moved higher from 2.0% to 2.3%. Not a huge increase on the Consumer Price Index, but enough to take note of if it does come out at that price. That's being released at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday. Now, as far as what I'm looking at, we got two opportunities, two windows of opportunities, if you will, during this next session. Basically, we've gapped down. It is going to retrace. Looks like it's going to retrace. Odds are it will retrace. However, if it does move lower, we have this low, and this low should, this session's low right here. Look for a sell at that price. Look for it to come on down to this point and go ahead and exit at this price. You can see it clearly that it moved through it really quick last time. To get an idea of what this looks like from a pip standpoint, looking to sell at 91.75 and looking to take a profit at about 70 pips lower. Now we have a window of opportunity also in the pound. It's a much smaller window, but nonetheless it is there. If you notice, we have an area between this session's low and this session's high, grabbing basically about 13 pips out of that. Let's actually take a look at it. At 1.5334 and coming on down to about 15, actually a little bit more than that, more like 17 pips down. Look for it to potentially go through that area really quick to the upside. So what you'd want to do, since we gap below it, the odds are we have a retracement up to this point. Very high odds that it will do that. Most likely it will go through that area really quick. Historically it has. So this is a very high probability trade. We look for a buy and then an exit. So if you want to have a high probability scalp, this is the one to take a look at. Well, that pretty much wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.